In this video, I'll show how to thread the rear takedown pin, spring, and detent hole on your AR-15 low receiver. Also explain alternative options that can be used. The benefit of a threaded rear takedown pin hole is that you can use a set screw to capture your spring and detent used for the rear takedown pin. So if you ever want to swap your end plate, castle nut, or buffer tube, you won't have to touch any of the components for your rear takedown pin. Makes it less likely for your spring or detent to shoot out or get lost when removing the end plate, and makes it easier to install the rear takedown pin with the set screw instead of pushing it in with the end plate. You'll need 5 items for this task. I got all of this for $24 on Amazon. It could be cheaper if you already have some of these. 4x40 high-speed plug tap. Different taps are a tapering, plug, and bottoming. Plug tap is slightly tapered to help align it and keep the tap straight. Usually preferred, it was the most available, but you can use a tapering tap as a second option. 2 common taps are high-speed or high-carbon steel. This is a high-speed, which is more durable and better for the task, but both are fine. Cheap Bosch T-handle tap wrench, which helps for control and tactical feedback. You'll want it in the 0 to 1/4 inch size. This is the easiest tool, but you can also use a pin vise, a detached drill speed chuck, or a flat bar tap wrench. Cutting and tap oil to prevent galling, which is the metal welding together, and to help remove the metal chips. Helps the tap cut clean threads and that it doesn't get stuck or snap. Aluminum cutting fluids are ideal, like Tap Magic or Relton A9, but this was cheapest. You can use standard CLP oil, synthetic gun oils, WD-40, or even vegetable oil as alternatives. And lastly, you'll need a 4-40 by 1/8 inch long socket set screw. Most of the packs come with a small hex wrench to install it. I would recommend stainless steel because it's more corrosion resistant, but these black alloy steel will work fine. Ideally, you would want this in a vise to keep both hands free so I can steady the tap. You can lay it flat on a surface, hold it still, and then turn it or stick it in something like a mag mount. For the tap wrench, you just need to unthread it. It will move a little bit, but if I slide it in with it going straight, it won't seat in all the way, so it needs to be turned to where the corners are in the open slots. Slide the head of it back on and then thread it the rest of the way. Keep the tap straight in line. Keep threading this down. Adjust it if it's not completely straight inside. Once it's straight in the wrench, I want to adjust the T-handle so it is about even on both sides. You can take some air duster to blow out the inside of the hole if there's anything in there. Put 1 drop of oil in the hole, and I'll put 2 drops on the tap. When I insert this, I want to make sure that the tap is as straight as possible. You can check on multiple angles to make sure that the tap is going in straight. Apply a little bit of pressure, and once I start to feel it actually cut and thread in, then I will do a full rotation. I will back it out 1/2 turn. That was 1 rotation. I'm going to back it out to snap the aluminum bits. I'm going to do another full rotation. And I will back it off a 1/2 turn to snap the aluminum chips. I'm only needing to take this in about 1/4 inch. Make sure I'm staying straight. You can see some of the aluminum chips there. It's a full turn. Kind of starting to feel it bind, so I'm going to go back a 1/2 turn. And then I will continue forward. Full turn, go back 1/2 turn. I'll do 1 more full turn. And I will go back 1/2 turn. That's good enough in all the way. So I'm going to slowly back this out. That metal off the tap. Some of the chips on my finger there. To clean some of that out, I'm going to go ahead and just blow some of that in there. There's some metal shavings inside that I'll wipe out. Clean cut. Looks pretty straight as well. You can kind of see if it's starting to get crooked or veer off one direction. Thread it in. It is flush. Only want to thread just enough to where that can sit flush so it's not interfering with the end plate. If you have to go back and cut more, you're going to actually feel it threading into those same threads. You don't want to feel any resistance. The key is just to keep it straight, use the cutting oil, slowly threading it, keeping it even. Because on the plug tap, it has those first tapered threads. Those aren't actually cutting. They're more aligning the start of the first tap, which is back a little bit farther. About 4 tapered tapered threads, so that first distance wouldn't really count. I had to take it back to about here when you're installing your spring and detent for that rear takedown pin. Since this is now taking up some of the space with the set screw sitting inside that hole, you're going to have to trim that spring about 3 or 4 coils, pretty much just the same distance as this, which this is 1/8 of an inch. I would start off trimming less or having the spring longer, because you can always trim the spring more if there is still too much resistance on that takedown pin. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to help support the channel, and thank you for watching.